You ever feel like life's whispering, "It's time"? That's the whisper I followed. From the city lights of Atlanta to the soul-stretching skies of Auckland, welcome to Being, the podcast where bold moves meet deep truths. I'm Shay Love, and each week I'm sharing the messy, the magical, and meaningful moments that come with starting over and stepping fully into who you are. Have you ever felt like you've been working and waiting and wondering when it's your time? In this episode of Being, I take you on a morning walk through Melbourne's Victoria Market, a place that unexpectedly reminded me what harvest really means. It's not just about reaping, it's about preparing, trusting, being. Because every season of waiting, it's doing something. And when the time is right, the fruit will show up. Row by row, moment by moment. After being in New Zealand for several months, I thought it might be time to finally make a trip to Melbourne, Australia, to visit my friend, someone who'd been an incredible resource and guide as I prepared for the move to the other side of the world. He lived there with his family, so I figured, why not take this opportunity to hang out with him, meet his crew, and finally experience life in Melbourne. On this particular morning in Melbourne, I got up early to take a walk around the city because, let's be honest, I never need a reason to explore or be outside walking. I love turning on the map and just letting the city guide me, not always knowing the destination, but savoring the journey. There's something magical and beautiful about mornings. They feel crisp, untouched, like the whole world is stretching, just waking up. Everything feels possible. Eventually, I found myself in and around Victoria Street Market, famously known for its eclectic mix of fresh produce, artisan goods, handmade crafts, vintage clothing, and local culture all wrapped into one place. When I arrived, I didn't even realize that the market hadn't officially opened yet. Most of the vendors were still setting up, buzzing with intention, unloading crates of fruits, adjusting signage, arranging displays, smoothing out their tablecloths. You could feel the anticipation in the air. There was something fascinating about the way each vendor showed up. Yes, there were some similarities: stalls, tables, baskets, signage. But what stood out was the uniqueness in how each one presented their goods. Some arranged their produce in perfect rows, others hung items overhead or stacked them in cozy piles. One vendor had hand-lettered chalkboards with quotes and prices, and another had sleek laminated menus and logos. They had their own style, their own approach, their own voice. It was part of the planning. It was strategy. It was preparation. Each vendor had sourced or grown what they were selling. They packed it, transported it, set it up. This wasn't random. It was very intentional. It was harvest time. Harvest is a time when you finally get to gather what you've been growing. It's the season where all the planting, watering, pruning, and preparation start to pay off. And in that moment, standing among stalls of woven bags and secondhand treasures, I remembered the words my pastor spoke back in Atlanta just before I left.
This is harvest time, right? Yeah. This is our theme for 2025. It's harvest time.
I could hear his voice so clearly, announcing that what we had been preparing for was finally showing up. It's that moment when the seed you planted in your work, in your relationships, in your healing, in your faith, begin to show fruit, when your effort meets evidence.
She ain't just moving to New York. She ain't just moving to New Hampshire. She moving to New Zealand.
And now here I was, in another part of the world, watching people prepare for something they believed would come. Everything is preparing us for something. The decision to move to New Zealand, it took preparation. I had to untether from things I'd spent years building, things I once thought I needed to hold on to, but that ultimately were part of the harvest, part of what I had to release in order to receive. Harvest isn't just about collecting what you've grown. It's also about being ready to receive it.
Her bags are packed and she's ready to go. And I'm going to share something that she didn't know that I know that now I know. And I'm going to make you know. She called Karen over there, who has a nonprofit, and she said to her, I'm leaving and I'm moving, and so you can have everything that I have so that your nonprofit can continue to work.
And that got me to thinking, what does it really mean to be ready? Financially, emotionally, spiritually. I thought about how life builds us up toward readiness, not all at once, but piece by piece. Like how a baby doesn't just wake up one day and walk. First it scoots, then crawls, then pulls itself up, wobbles, balances, falls, tries again, and each phase is building something. Muscle, trust, strength, and courage. And life does the same thing with us. Every challenge, every delay, every opportunity, every disappointment, every connection, it's all preparation. Every job that stretched you, every heartbreak that cracked you open, every conversation that planted a seed, all of it building something in you. Even how we approach things, how we show up, how we let go, and how we hold on, that's part of preparation too.
Jennifer don't know nobody in New Zealand, so it's going to be everything new. The title, the friends, the people, everything is going to be new.
That part. Everything. Everything's going to be new, and still you're being prepared for it. Readiness isn't about having all the answers. It's about building the muscle to trust yourself, even when you don't. It's about moving forward when the road is unfamiliar, and it's about knowing deep down that the same God who met you in the last season will be right there in the next one. It's silent work. It happens behind the scenes, away from applause. It's waking up early, letting go, starting over, believing even when you can't yet see the fruit. There's no harvest without preparation, and there's no preparation without trust.
When one of us rejoice, Jennifer, we all rejoice. And so we are rejoicing for you in this move and for this time that you said yes to go far, far, far away.
Trust. That yes to go far, far away. That yes to stepping out when you don't know what's on the other side. That's what preparation looks like. That morning in Victoria Street Market, it stuck with me. It reminded me that a harvest doesn't just appear. It shows up for the ones who've quietly done the work, the ones who planted seeds when no one was watching, who've chosen trust over certainty, who've kept going even when the soil looked dry. So don't rush the process. Don't shrink your expectations. You are being prepared for something bigger. One day soon, the season will shift. The no's will turn into yes. The small beginnings will overflow, and the thing you've been hoping for, praying for, believing for, it will arrive. So be ready for the doors to open, for the opportunities you didn't even know to ask for the abundance that's been aligning itself while you were in the waiting, preparing, because it's harvest time, and this time, it's already got your name on it. You've been listening to Being from Atlanta to Auckland. I'm Shay Love, and if this episode made you feel seen, maybe it sparked something deep or reminded you that change is possible, go ahead and follow, subscribe, and send it to a friend. This journey is just starting. Keep stretching, keep rising, and always keep being.